Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. In this video I will discuss Elon Musk's alleged pressure on Reddit CEO Mr. Steve Huffman. And while I was reading this article where they claim that Elon Musk, who claims that he is a free speech absolutist, pressured someone else, allegedly, Mr. Huffman, Steve Huffman, to censor certain things. And then I also found out, very interestingly, and from one thing I went to another, I said, okay, who is this Mr. Huffman? And I found out who Mr. Huffman is. And not only that, I found out that the Reddit is called the white people's Twitter. So I said, that's a lie. Why? Because when I read Mr. Huffman's biography, in the very last line on his Wikipedia page, I found out that he is not a white people's advocate. He's someone else's. And we're going to discuss the history of the Anti-Defamation League, ADL, of B'nai Brit. And I will share with you how I first found out who and how this Anti-Defamation League started, of B'nai Brit. Do you know what B'nai Brit is? B'nai Brit, you know B'nai Brit? You know what it is? Is it English? Is it? No, it's not. It's something else. All right, you're going to find out as we go. So let's start with the first thing that really got my attention. This comes from The Independent. Elon Musk's, and I'm quoting, pressured Reddit CEO to remove DOGE posts. And I was like, oh my God, that's an interesting topic. I mean, Elon Musk, the absolutist, free speech absolutist, is going to pressure the CEO of Reddit. I said, how is he going to do that? Oh, all right, let's read the first paragraph, the first line. Elon Musk allegedly lobbied Reddit CEO Steve Huffman to remove content critical of his Department of Government Efficiency. Sources say. From the very beginning, this is like a Schweizer, this is like a Swiss cheese. All this thing has so many holes. I'm going to explain. So, first, Elon Musk allegedly. You know what allegation is? An allegation is when someone said something. Like someone says, hey, you are cheating on your wife with the neighbor's wife. That's an allegation. That's it. Nothing proven, it's just an allegation. That's an allegation. Someone said something about someone else. That's it. So they give us this article based on someone's allegation that Musk lobbied. What's in the title? And the title is pressured. There's two things. ADL doesn't pressure. ADL is just, or maybe let's go to IPAC. It's easier. IPAC doesn't pressure. They just lobby. No? So one thing is lobbying, and the other one is pressure, isn't it? It's only become kind of, pressure is negative connotation. Lobby is just a legal way of, pressuring. No. All right, let's move on with the same line, the same first line. Who wrote this article? James Liddell, Lindick, whatever. Okay. So, and it says is to remove content critical of his. Again, this is not Elon Musk's. His department is the U.S. United States of America's Department of Government Efficiency, which it happens at this point to be led by this guy. So it's not his department. It's not Elon Musk's father's department or his grandfather's. It's the U.S.'s, and this guy is just an official. All right, part-time. And then say, sources say. If I would say, I don't know your name, but let's say, hey, my sources say that you committed a crime, you robbed a bank. That's an allegation. My sources, you don't know who the sources are. I can, and I'd be okay with that because this is in the Independent, right? Written over there. Some sources. What sources? Whose sources? Where's the evidence? Oh, it's an allegation. It is like a Swiss cheese. It has so many holes. The first sentence. Okay. So let's see. When I look over there, I say, okay, but Huffman. Let's look who this guy is, right? But before that, Musk who has previously touted himself as a free speech absolutist, said so that they'd make from the first line to the second one, they already called Musk an hypocrite. in the title, because he calls himself an absolutist, but then he lobbied, or even worse, pressured. So that means he's a hypocrite. That's the whole point here. Said he purchased X in 2022 in part to reinstate accounts that had been banned from posting hateful content, as Musk publicly rallied against dozens of Reddit communities blocking links from X over Zig Heil controversy. In January, sources told The Verge, sources, that the tech billionaire was also privately messaging Huffman. Hey, baby, what are you wearing? That kind of messages? All right. After exchanging messages, Reddit enacted a 3-day ban on the white people's Twitter, which hosted a thread apparently threatening DOGE employees who were involved in dismantling apartments and blah, blah, blah. So, I didn't know Reddit is called this. All right, well, what did I find out when I looked for Mr. Huffman's Wikipedia page? And I don't have to go too deep, my friend. Interestingly enough, he was born in Lansing, Michigan, and he's 40 to 41 years old. Okay, I didn't find what I was looking here, but I told you, in early life and education, usually people graduate from Harvard when they have that name and they have a certain look. But I looked at the last line, and my friends right here, personal life, last line, actually the first, how do you call it, right here, almost the last line. This Huffman, let me just center it, he is on the board of advisors for the Anti-Defamation League's Center for Technology and Society. You got it? Well, what is the Anti-Defamation League? Right here. The Anti-Defamation League, formerly known as the Anti-Defamation League of B'nai Brit, I think this is the Brotherhood of something. You go and check it. What exactly that is, I'm not going to say it here, but I know exactly what it is. It's a New York-based international non-governmental organization that was founded to combat this and other forms of bigotry and discrimination. The ADL is also known for its pro-Israel advocacy. Lobbying, is it? Or pressuring? Okay, it's up to you. Its currently CEO, Jonathan Greenblatt. All right, so that's not why I looked for this. So it's all these guys, who, Henry Ford was a bad guy over here, which I like very much. But anyway, all our people are bad people, all right? And their people are the good people's origin. Now, here is the origin, my friends. The ADL was founded in late September 1913 by B'nai Brit. B'nai Brit International is a leading American non-profit Jewish service organization, was formerly a cultural association for German Jewish immigrants to the United States. B'nai Brit states that it is committed to the security and blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm going to give you the translation later. With Zygmunt Livingstone as its leader, its goals were to counter Okay, so what happened? In 1913, Atlanta B'nai Brit president Leo Frank was convicted, so this person was convicted of the murder of a 13-year-old employee at a factory where he was superintendent. Historians today generally, that's not consensus generally, but I don't know, they didn't count them all, but remember this is a pro-ADL, consider Frank to have been innocent, generally consider. That's to make you, okay, so they made a mistake then. Jewish leaders, leadership viewed Frank as having been wrongfully prosecuted and convicted because of a local blah, 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 of some local press. The role that the prejudice played in Frank's convictions was mentioned by Adolf Krauss. Adolf Krauss is Jewish. Okay, so they prosecutor, judge, and enforcer. When he announced the creation of the ADL, according to historians, some of them, the ADL early strategy would be to pressure newspapers, theaters, and other businesses seen as the defaming or discriminating against Jews. That's not pressure, this is lobbying. Proposed methods include boycotts and presuming advertisers, and is also considered demanding prior reviews on theater production for They wanted, we want to look over your movie to see if it's anything that we don't like The Passion of the Christ of Mr. Mel Gibson. Look into that one. And it also considered prior reviews of Also, Georgia's ongoing governor, this is a guy, commuted Frank's death sentence to life imprisonment in 1915. A lynch mob abducted Frank, they broke into prison, and they did this to him. Frank was granted a posthumous pardon from Georgia in 1986 after ADL requests. All right, sorry, what happened? That's how it was formed. Is by them, for them, and against. All right, so this is the ADL. So Mr. Reddit CEO, Mr. Huffman, all right, he is part of their board of the advisors, but he is free speech on Reddit. So I just wanted to share with you who's who, what's what here. You make your own decisions. Oh, let's see, B'nai Brit, maybe they give us a translation. I think it's the covenant of the... All right, let's see. It does say? It doesn't say, man. All right, it's a legend. What does it mean? Okay, we're going to look into this because I know that's a certain kind of translation. I will look. Just a second. It's right there. Children of the covenant. You know what a covenant is? Do you know what a covenant is? I think it's between God and whom exactly? Right there. The Hebrew Bible makes reference to a number of covenants. The first one with God. The first one was made by Abraham, right? And what did he say? What did he say? If you're going to be my people, our covenant is cutting your what exactly? I don't know, I'm going to say it. It's not called, how do you call that? Genital mutilation. No, it's not called that way. It's called different, because it has some medical benefits. Well, if God made us that way, that means that's a purpose for that one. You know what exactly is? All right, circumcision. All right, thank you very much for being with me again today. So there's the Brotherhood of Circumcision. Is that what it is? No, it's a covenant. It's just euphemism. Children of the covenant, children of the circumcision. All right, that's the initial covenant. That's how God showed up to this guy, Abraham, and said, hey, Abraham, you stop herding those sheep over there, all right? Okay, do you know how to write? Do you know how to read? It's okay. I will choose you and your future because I don't know, I like you, and you're going to be the chosen one. But we're going to shake hands right now, but for that, you need to take your child, the boy, and you take a little knife, put him on a little stone, and then you do the tsuparuka of the blood, and then we have a covenant. The Chinese might think of that. I don't know, the Mesopotamians, the Assyrians, the Assyrians, they might think about that, right? My friends. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.